this is Jenni Calma. I am participating in the Save the Crafty YouTuber video hop. It's a collection of card making videos, all by a bunch of different talented crafters with lots of different styles. The idea is to give you some inspiration and maybe follow some new card makers and help those card makers reach some goals that we have. So all you have to do is watch, like, consider subscribing, and then click in the link below the description to follow to the next video. There are a gazillion prizes, so I'll go over how to enter those at the end of the video. So enough of that, let's get started. I'm going to use this Hero Art Stampin' Cut set that I recently got. It's a sort of crafty set that kind of says it's all about glues, and it has like the sentiments that say, thanks for sticking by my side, I'm stuck on you, and friends stick together. And I thought this was really appropriate for this time right now in our world that is so uncertain and really crazy. And I think without being able to, see a lot of people, there's nothing better than getting a card from somebody. And I thought this friends stick together sentiment was just perfect. So what I wanted to do is make a shaker card, and I'm going to color some of these images and have them around a circle opening with the shaker part, and then have the sentiment on there too. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to color the images yet. I'm going to try either Prismacolors or the Clean Color Zig brush pens. I actually end up using the Prismacolors and some regular watercolors because they're very tiny and they don't need a lot of water and they don't need a lot of color. So anyway, I kind of plan to do them in sort of a rainbow of colors, or at least kind of a general direction like that, and picked lots of Nouveau confetti around the same tone of color. So I'm going to use my MISTI here and go ahead and start stamping out the images. And I used some of this Strathmore Bristol cardstock, which was for the ones that I was going to use the Zig Clean Color brush pens, which works the best for that. But I also have some Strathmore paper to use for the Prismacolors, and then I end up actually using a piece of Canson cold press watercolor paper for the ones that I use in the card that you see. But I start out with the Prismacolors, and if you don't enjoy watching someone color, you might want to skip a little bit to the end if you want to. I find coloring like this extremely satisfying and therapeutic, and really enjoy it. And Prismacolor is something that you kind of have to do slowly and build up the colors. I mean, you can do it very, quickly, but to get a little bit of depth, you usually need to kind of, it's kind of like Copic markering. You need to use, a couple different colors to get some depth and go over it in a couple different ways. So anyway, I'm going to start with this glue bottle, kind of thinking it was kind of like an Elmer's glue bottle in orange. And then I kind of just go around and pick different colors for the rest of the items. This, I skipped ahead so you wouldn't have to see all of that. This is sort of like a, one of those translucent, kind of blue plastic sort of tape, like Scotch tape or something like that. So that's kind of what I was thinking. And then I colored the other ones in purple and yellow and that glue stick that you see that is green. So that's basically the colors that I'm going to use. And I'm going to do the same ones for the colors that I use the watercolor with. I did make 2 cards. I'm only going to show one of them, but since I already had these images colored, I'm going to show you the one next that I used with the watercolor. So, but these were great to help practice too. All right, I don't know what happened to that purple, the washi tape. I had already somehow misrecording that, but that's pretty much the same washi, the color I used for the other one. And these are my Winsor Newton watercolor palette. That is pretty large, and I've got a pretty tiny brush. I think it's around number 3. So these are very small images, but so they don't take a long time. I did want to give them a little bit of depth and interest. So I'm going to color this one mostly yellow, and then move on. I'm just going to color that little tip gray, and I use lots of different fun overlays with like glitter pens and shimmer pens, and you'll see all that to kind of spice it up a bit. And that's just a green tube for this glue stick. And I'm going to color the glue stick itself pink. And then move on to the tape runner, or the like Scotch tape and clear tape. And then that glue bottle again, which I'm going to make orange. I just chose these colors randomly. I mean, I didn't really have a red I really liked. So that's why I left the red out and kind of just went for those colors. And I thought about repeating the washi and having more than one washi tape, but because of the size of the card and the size of the circle I picked, I really didn't want to get it too crowded. So there are 5 images, which is a great number to keep it, an odd number and make it a little bit more dynamic, and keep it open enough and simple enough to be clean, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have the whole card pretty much be white except for these images and the shaker bits, and everything else be white card base, white shaker parts, and then the shaker confetti obviously would be colored. So I'm almost done coloring this one. I may go back and add some more detail after this that I don't show in the film, but this is pretty much the way it ends up, except for, like I said, the shimmer pens and different things. This is a perfect size brush too. You could use a smaller one, but I thought this was a good size for everything that was there. And I have pretty heavy hands, so it's kind of nice to have a smaller brush for that. So once I get done with all of that, I'm going to take the images and I'm going to cut out the die set comes with the glue, the tape, and the washi. The glue bottle, the tape, and the washi as the dies that come with it, that coordinate with it. So I had to hand cut out the glue stick and the glue gun, which weren't that difficult. And I might not have even bought, if they hadn't all come together. But I thought this was a super cute set, and it was, could be used for lots of different things. But like I said, all right, there's my coloring side by side. That was the Prismacolor on the left, and this is the watercolor. So I'm going to use those coordinating dies, and I'm going to run it through my super handy Sidekick that stays on my desk, which I love. And unfortunately, I can't use the circle die on that. It's a little bit too big, so I used my Gemini Junior. But for everything that's small, I totally love this little Sidekick. It's perfect. Sorry, so I'm going to cut out those images by hand. I'm not really great at this. I think it's a matter of practice, but if it came down to it, I'd rather cut out by hand and have more stamps than cut out with the coordinating dies and have less stamps. So that's a piece of Neenah 110-pound cardstock that I folded in half to create a A2 card base. And this is another piece of the Neenah 110, and I cut it so it'd be about 1/2 inch short on both sides to give it a pretty good, nice white border. And this is it's a circle die, but it's a scalloped circle die, and it's part of the basic nesting dies from Tonic. And so I just used it to cut out of that one piece. And I centered it about the front, the top, and the top and the 2 sides, and then left a big area at the bottom where I thought I might put my sentiment. So I've got my acetate there. That is I think it's called Duralar acetate, and it's heat resistant. So I've used it actually to heat emboss on it directly. And it's a really good heavy one, and it comes with different sort of sheets of like it has individual sheets in between it of like tissue paper, so it stays nice and doesn't scratch and everything. So that's those two sandwiched together now, and I'm going to stamp that sentiment directly on the bottom. I didn't heat emboss it, I just straight up stamped it in black VersaFine Clair ink, and I only stamped it once, and that was it. And it was the first time, which says a lot to me about a stamp set when you can, first time off the bat, get a great clear image. These are great stamps that are made in the US, and I think Hero Arts has a lot of green products like this one, where I think it's solar powered, and they use a lot of recycled products, and I love things that are made in the US, obviously, and I think it's great to support that. So I've got all of my little confettis in there, and in the description, I'm going to have a list of everything I used, and it gives you the exact colors of these confettis. They're different shapes, stars and hexagons and things. So once I got those in there, and I used a piece of foam that's pretty thick, and I cut the same scallop circle out of it, and I used that instead of having foam tape. But I am going to use this small, I think it's 1/4 inch foam tape on all my images. And I'm going to just start to kind of overlap the edges of that scallop circle with those images there. And once I get that done, this is the last one, the little piece of washi. And then I'm going to add some of the kind of last little touch-up bits, which I used a silver glitter pen or glitter marker from Nouveau for the sort of metal tip on the glue gun, and I used an orange one for that glue bottle. I'm going to use their aqua shimmer pen and clear for some other little pieces of the washi, just about everything. The tape and the glue pen and everything else. And I debated putting something else, like maybe Nouveau drops, but I didn't. I just left it like that. I thought it was clean and simple, but lots of color, and most importantly, a great message. So that is the end product. You can see the close-ups here. And just real quick, make sure that you do like and comment. I'd love for you to be a subscriber. And in the link below, you can go to the next person on the hop. If you do comment, you don't have to comment on all of them to win the prize. You just need to comment on this video and you will qualify to win my prize, which is a $25 gift card to scrapbook.com. But the more you enter, the more prizes you are likely to win. So thanks so much for stopping by and participating. Good luck, have fun on the hop, and stay healthy. Goodbye.